Welcome back to Mac Talks Football. It's match day 27 in La Liga, and how tight the league is at the top of the table, at the bottom of the table as well. Just 3 points separating the top three clubs: Barcelona, Atletico Madrid, and Real Madrid. All of them fighting it out for the title. You have Athletic Club at fourth in the last Champions League spot, and Villarreal just 2 points behind them. Both of them fighting it out for that Champions League place as well. And then that Europa League, the Conference League place. I mean, sixth place Real Betis at 38, right until 14th place Getafe at 30 points. 8 teams and 9 teams have just 8 points between those 9 teams, and all of them vying for those for that Conference League spot. All of them want to be in Europe. You come down, you leave them, and then 15th place Espanyol up until 20th place Valladolid. Just 11 points between all of them and all of them are fighting for relegation at the moment. La Liga is only the one league at the moment, where every single team is fighting for something. So that is really interesting. We just have like 12 games to go, so it is going to be really interesting, and there are going to be a lot of interesting games this weekend. So let's go in and make our prediction. The first game, it is Celta Vigo versus Leganés. Celta Vigo are 10th, Leganés 16th in the table. Celta Vigo, they have played, they won 3 of their last 5 games. They are looking really good. Leganés, on the other hand, just 1 win in their last 5 games. Their form has not been really that good as well. Celta Vigo being the home side as well. I think it's going to be quite a good game of football. It's going to be Friday night game as well. And Celta Vigo, I have a soft spot for them. They are a really interesting side. They are really exciting side. They are always fun team to watch, and I think this Leganés side, unfortunately, they are not going to be matched for them. I think it's going to be a fun game, and I think in the end Celta Vigo are going to nick it. I'm going for a 2-1 win for Celta Vigo. Moving on to Saturday's game, the first game is Alaves versus Villarreal. It is 19th versus 5th, and both of these teams have a completely different sets of form. Alaves, they have lost thrice in their last 5 games, 2 draws in the remaining games. On the other hand, Villarreal have won thrice in their last 5 games, and the other 2 being draw. And I think that trend is going to continue in this game as well. I just don't see Alaves really troubling Villarreal. I think Villarreal are going to come to their ground and they're going to get the job done. And I think it's going to be a convincing win for them as well. I'm going for a 3-0 win for Villarreal. Moving on, it's a big game at the bottom of the table. It is Valencia versus Valladolid. It is 18th versus 28th. Now Valencia, they are in a sort of really good form. Their last 5 games, just 1 defeat, 2 wins, and 2 draws. That has really helped them trying to be away from Valladolid, especially Valladolid. On the other hand, last 5 games, 4 defeats, and just 1 point of the last possible 15. I think it is going to continue this way as well. I think Valencia, they know if they can win this game, they can get out of the bottom 3. They are 18th at the moment, but if results go their way, they could quite easily end up out of the relegation zone. They are going to get the win here. I'm very sure about it, and I think it's going to be an easy win for them as well. I'm going for a 2-0 win for Valencia. We then move to Barcelona versus Osasuna. It is 1st versus 11th. Now Barcelona are flying high at the moment. It doesn't matter what competition it is. They're just playing their football, and they're winning games. They won over in the midweek as well, in the Champions League as well. They are playing against Osasuna side, who have won just once in their last 5 games, and they are playing. They had a really good start of the season, but they have really faltered away. And at the moment, they're not what they were in the first half of the season, to be very honest with you. And I think the way that Barcelona are playing, they know they cannot really afford any more any slip ups or any more mistakes, and I think they are going to get the job done. They're the home side as well, and I think it's going to be an easy win for them. I'm going for a 3-1 win for Barcelona. Then we move on to Getafe versus Atletico Madrid. It is 14th versus 2nd. Now this game is going to be quite interesting, but it's going to be a boring game. Getafe are a really hard side to break down, and they are going to be the home side as well. They're playing against an Atletico Madrid side who themselves don't really like to come out and attack. I think it's going to be a better of the 2 defensive teams, and it is going to be a challenge with defense falters first. I think it's not going to be a good game of football. That I can tell you. Getafe, they have won twice in the last 5 games, but they have lost the last 2 games in a row. They're playing against an Atletico Madrid side who are undefeated in their last 5 games. They've won thrice, and that is why they are on the 2nd position. But as I said, I think it's going to be a very tough game, and I will not be surprised if this game ends up in a draw, and that is why I'm going for a 0-0 draw between Getafe and Atletico Madrid. From one Madrid club to another Madrid club, it is Real Madrid versus Rayo Vallecano. It is 3rd versus 7th. Now Real are not doing that good in the last 5 games. Like twice they have lost. They've just won once in their last 5 games in the league, and that is quite questionable, and that is why they have lost their top spot. Just not only losing the top spot, they were like 8 or 9 points ahead, 7 points ahead of the other 2, and it looked really bad for everybody. And now they are third in the 3rd position. They are playing against a Vallecano side who are in quite a good form themselves. I think it's going to be a very good game of football. But having that massive win over Atletico Madrid in the Champions League in the midweek, I think that is going to give a lot of confidence to the Real players, and they know they cannot really afford to have any more step ups. And I think because just the game is at Real, at the Bernabeu, that is why that's the only reason that I'm going with this result. I think it's going to be a very very tough game for Real. I don't think it's going to be an easy game, but in the end I think somehow they are going to make it. I'm going for a very very hard fought 2-1 win for a Real Madrid. Moving on, it is Athletic Club Bilbao versus Mallorca. It is 4th versus 8th. Now, Athletic Club, they are doing really good, but they know Villarreal and just are on their heels. They cannot really afford to sit back and drop points like they have for the last 2-3 weeks. They are playing against a Mallorca side who themselves are trying to get into those European places. As I said, that Conference League spot is going to be very very interesting because so many teams are fighting it out. I think it's going to be a very good game of football. I think we are going to get the goals in this game, but I just don't see a winner, to be very honest with you. I'm going for a 2-all draw between Athletic Club versus Mallorca. Then it is Real Betis versus Las Palmas. It is 6th versus 17th. Real Betis are in a really good form at the moment. Their last 5 games, just 1 defeat. Their last 3 games have been 3 wins in a row, and they are at the moment in that 6th special coveted Conference League spot, and they would hope to stay there. They are playing against a Las Palmas side. The last 5 games they have been winless, 4 defeats and just a single draw, and I think it is going to continue for them. I just don't see Betis losing this game. They are the home side as well. I think they are going to have that advantage to them as well. And Las Palmas, unfortunately, I think at the end of the weekend they are going to be in the relegation zone because they are going to lose this game, and they are going to lose it quite comfortably as well. I'm going for a 3-0 win for a Real Betis. Then you have Real Sociedad versus Sevilla. It is 9th versus 12th. Now Real Sociedad, I don't know what is happening to them, what kind of a season they are having, because they're so inconsistent. Their last 5 games have been lose win lose win lose. So you don't know which what kind of team performance they are going to give on the match day. They are playing against a Sevilla side who themselves they are not playing that good. Just 1 win in their last 5 games. The difference between these teams is like 3 places and just 1 point. Sevilla could win this game and they could overtake Sociedad in the table. That's how close the table the table is at the moment, how tight the table is, and that is why, as I said, that Conference League spot is going to be really really crucial for so many teams. I think Sociedad really need to win this game. They if they want to play in Europe, but I don't think it is going to happen, unfortunately. I think this game is yet another one of those games where both these teams are both of them are scared to lose this game, and that is why I think we are going to get a really boring game of football, but in the end it is going to end up in a draw. I'm going for a 1-all draw between Real Sociedad and Sevilla. And the last game of the weekend on the Monday night, it is Espanyol versus Girona. It is 15th versus 13th. Now Espanyol, they have won twice in their last 5 games. Girona, on the other hand, they've just won once. They've lost 3 times in the last 5 games. Both of them are coming into this game with not that much of a good form, and I think it's going to be a very hard fought game. Quite a physical game as well. I'll be very surprised if we get an entertaining game. If I'm being very honest with you, I think it is going to be a very physical, very scrappy, very cagey affair, but I think Espanyol are going to surprise Girona here, and I think they are going to get the win, and they are going to get a very important and huge 3 points for themselves that are going to take them away from the relegation battle that they keep sinking themselves in, and I think it's going to be a very hard for win. As I said, I think it's going to be a scrappy win. I'm going for a 1-0 win for Espanyol. And with that, my predictions for match day 27 in La Liga are completed. Let me know what you guys think of the predictions in the comment section below. Like the video, share it as well, click on the notification bell, and of course subscribe to the channel. We are trying to get to 500 subscribers before the end of as quickly as possible, so please go ahead and subscribe and help the channel out. Until next time, bye bye.